Hey guys, it's Meep Master 777 Meep, and today I'm going to be talking about Yep the Destroyer from Halo Wars 2. And so basically, he started he was born on Balajo, the Ungwe homeworld, and eventually, uh once he became accustomed to uh Balajo life. He was basically he basically was in the Covenant, I think, probably he was probably in the Covenant. And then he served in the Covenant's Ministry of Sanitation for a while, I think. And then so he was a deacon as well. And so he was working within the Ministry of Sanitation in the Covenant. And then he really wanted and then to aspire kind of to be, better, or to be, or he wanted more. So then eventually, he was, I think at one point, I think he may have also fought on Reach as well, but also he was eventually captured by the Banished, and then the Banished captured him, and then he was kind of in the Banished at that point, I guess. I guess like forced to join or something like that, or maybe he was just kidnapped and then I guess he just had to join. So then he was in the Banished, and then so he kind of worked his way through the Banished ranks and stuff, and kind of eventually he he eventually left the Banished on the Ark, and then he went searching for the golden methane hydrate mines of Saboteur, and I think he spoke to like a Magyar fortune teller who told him about the golden methane hydrate mines of Saboteur, and then and then the Magyar fortune teller could have been lying, but who knows? And then so eventually he made his way there, and then uh, he eventually found the Throne of Woe, basically, and that's where he kind of sits from that like throne, and he basically commands the Ungwe rebellion from there. And yeah, and he also found also like what he wears. He wears the Prophet of Truth's crown, and I guess he must have found it like in like the throne room, or like the chamber, like the kind of the control room. And he must have like found it there or somewhere, because then he took it, and then he's wearing it now, I guess. And then like on his chest there's like he has like he shows like one grunt fanning him with like a palm leaf, and then there's another grunt like tending to him there, on like the thing on his chest, on his like armor. And then yeah, and then so he's basically, and he was also mentioned in a few things, like there's the yappening events that happened, like a few of them. At first there was one in Halo Wars 2, and then there was some splash screens with him in the MCC, like the Master Chief Collection, and there was another yappening in Halo Infinite, like one yappening with like some cosmetics, and then there was the second yappening with like the armor and stuff like that. And yeah, and then I guess and then from now on his rebellion is still fighting the Banished, I guess, because he left the Banished and then formed his own rebellion, like the Ungwe rebellion, to like fight the Banished, I guess. And then yeah. And then so, and he's also, his second in command is Shadow Master Buon, I guess, and he like leads the Ungwe heavies. And then yeah, and I'm assuming he's still like, it was where like the Throne of Woe is. I'm assuming he sits there or something, or he's like around there. Maybe he must have maybe built a base or something to stay in or something like that. Maybe, but yeah. But like a lot, his depiction is like a lot of his like over the top kind of aspects aren't on canon, but him himself, like his character, is canon in like the story, so he's still kind of canon. But the funny aspects of him aren't canon, but he himself is still canon. But yeah, because like there's like because I guess like the Throne of Woe, it was like fabled that it like produces Ungwe, but like I think there's like more of like a real like story to that, instead of like the Ungwe just coming out of the Throne of Woe and just being created through like the throne, I guess. Yeah, because that would be kind of implausible, I guess. So I guess there'd be like another, like there'd be like Yap the Destroyer himself thinks that that's where they're coming at it, but it's probably not the truth, I guess. But yeah, or something like that. So yeah. So I just kind of wanted to talk about Yap Yap the Destroyer, and thank you for watching, and goodbye.